Welcome, welcome. I'm really glad you're here for the 24th Simple Steps to Peace. This is going to be a interesting one because it hits really close to home for me, something that I have struggled with, my loved ones have struggled with, and I found some very useful framings for what seems to be a common burden. Well, who the heck am I? Well, I'm Jeff Hicks. I help seekers. I guide them inward. And we open up using thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, opening to a deeper knowing and living life. Living life with greater clarity, congruence, and peace. So today's quote is from Mildred Lizette Norman. She said, "Unnecessary possessions are unnecessary burdens." Clients ask me, can I really change? I answer, what are you willing to let go of? Well, Mildred was willing to let go of her name. Now, she was born in 1908. So we're not talking about women of the aughts and beyond that are empowered to just change their name at whim. We're talking in the 1950s, Mildred decided her name was Peace Pilgrim. She was willing to let go of Mildred Lizette Norman, or whatever her married name ended up with, and she chose to let go of that and change and become Peace Pilgrim. I have had the honor of being the last loved one in the homes of three people who have passed in my life. I learned some very valuable things about unnecessary possessions and burdens. Each of these folks loved books, vast bookcases filled, not just in one row on each shelf, but two rows on each shelf, and then books stacked up on top, books everywhere. Now, we often look at books and we say, oh, I remember reading that. I remember how great it felt to feel the lessons, to go on the journey with this book, to just let this book change my life. And we look at the book and we remember that time. Well, I suggest that one way to let go of things is to, rather than look at it as some sort of loss, as to look at the letting go as giving it away and allowing, let's just say, a book to enrich the life of maybe someone that we've never even met. You might look around and you might have books stacked on shelves everywhere, books hidden behind books that if you didn't go looking for them, you might not even remember they're there. You might try this. See yourself giving this book to another seeker, to someone else who can feel the joy of that book, who can learn the lesson of this book, that can know the change that this book has packed in it. So we can choose to focus on what this book will do once we let it go, instead of focusing on maybe a more painful situation. Maybe there's a box full of stuff that you haven't looked at in 20 years. And you pass by that box and you try not to look at it. What's it filled with? What makes you look away? You might try the same thing. There are things in there that once let out of the box, let go, that can give joy, peace, even maybe better life for someone else. And that feeling can be the feeling that you use to let go of unnecessary burdens. You might see a closet, a corner of the basement, garage, or something else. And you can choose a small thing to let go of, to give to someone else, someone you may not even meet. You can imagine the joy that they have when they have this book, this art object, this something else. You can imagine them learning what you know now, and you can feel that peace, knowing that something has come into your life, changed it, and now you have let it go and allowed it to be a part of a life in another place, in another time. Because you know, holding on to books doesn't lengthen our life. Any thoughts that we have about not opening that box or opening that closet is an unnecessary burden. And when we open the box, open the closet, go into that place and touch those things, and then offer them up to bring joy to someone else, somewhere else, we can feel the burden lifting. It's the same in our inner life, I assure you. We accumulate stuff in our inner life, and they are unnecessary burdens. Burdens that we can let go of. And in the moment we let go, instead of feeling the burden, we can feel the peace. The peace that is in, around, and throughout all. You can know this peace now. You can look to your left or your right and notice there is no boundary, no edge, no form to this peace. And as you let unnecessary burdens go, the peace is there with us. As us. And we think sometimes that we have to do certain things or get certain things to feel or be this peace. That's not it at all. But we may need to stir the pot a little, make things a little different. Change our name to Peace Pilgrim. Walk across the United States 7 times in the name of peace. Or we can just pause in this moment and be this peace now. And I invite you, as you encounter objects, experiences, situations, other people, I invite you to be from this place of peace. And as you make the change in your life today, notice how this peace can inform, transform what seemed like a burden before. I do hope this serves you. Please hit the like button. Share this with a friend who might have some unnecessary burdens. Comment below. Tell me about the stuff that you're holding on to and how you would like to let them go. And I will talk with you again soon.